Bonjour à tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. Je m'appelle Monsieur Ransford Gamele Klinogo. Today, I will take you right into the house. We will look at some departments in the house, i.e. living room, kitchen, washroom, bedroom, and other departments in the house, and how these places are mentioned in French, the items that are found there in French. And so this is our target. Merci, soyez avec moi. Au revoir. Bon, voilà, this is the compound. La concession en français, this is la concession, the compound, and that can also serve as le parking, where you park your cars. En français, c'est le parking, ou bien la concession, where you can park your car, and it serves multiple purposes in the house. And now let's see what is here. Voilà l'escalier, l'escalier, l'escalier en français. And this is a staircase in English. Un escalier, il sert pour te conduire en haut. With this, you follow through to the top. So let's get to the top. On voit. So le premier escalier ends here. Le deuxième escalier continue from here. The second escalier. Merci. Gradually, we are getting to the top. Voilà l'escalier, le troisième escalier, the third staircase. Merci, soyez la bienvenue. Now we are at the porch. The porch is that space that occupies the front of the main door. En français, ça c'est la porche ou le véranda. Le véranda, that is la porche. Now voilà la porte principale, the main door. Of course, c'est en métallique, une porte métallique qui nous conduit à la chambre. So we go in and we see what is in the room. The first space. Merci, soyez la bienvenue. Je suis Monsieur Ransford Gamele Klinogo. Now we are in the house. The first space in the house that I want to introduce you to is the living room, what we call le salon. Le salon. Le salon is what we call the living room or the sitting room. And once you enter the sitting room, the living room, you want to have your seat comfortably. This is the same place where you used to watch television, relax, have your friends, your guests sit, and then you have some discussion. And so once you enter, the first thing you do is to sit down comfortably on the sofa. And so once you are seated on this sofa, what is the sofa in French? The sofa is what we call le canapé, and canapé is the sofa. Now, once you're seated on the sofa, then you have this little red pillow that you just relax with. And this, c'est un coussin. Un coussin en français. In French, we call it un coussin. Voici un coussin rouge. It's red. Un coussin rouge. So that is it. So now that you are seated and then you get up. Now let's begin to look at other items that you find in your living room. Let's get to work. Once you are seated, you need some air that is circulating in the room to have your comfort. For that, you need, this is a fan. En français, in French, we call it le ventilateur. Un ventilateur. And this ventilateur is white. So, ventilateur blanc. Un ventilateur blanc. In some places, they just call it simple, un ventilo. Un ventilo blanc. After you have this fan on you, you now want to start watching a television. Now, this is a television. In French, we call it une télévision. Une télévision. Depending on how you want to use it, we also have la télévision. And in the off mode, it looks black. So we will say une télévision noire. The television is black. La télévision et noir. In a short form, in very informal terms, they even call it la télé without vision attached. La télé, une télé, télévision. Now, la television is occupying a space. There is wooden objects here that you can see this little woofer seated on it. The television is hanging on top of it. What is the name of this in French? So on this meuble télé, un meuble télé blanc, because it's white, blanc, white, un meuble télé blanc, you have an object that you use to control your television. In English, it's called the remote control. This is ash in color, so you use it to control your television. What is this called in French? C'est une télécommande. Une télécommande sert à allumer la télévision ou bien à éteindre la télévision. So you use it to allumer la télévision, to switch on the télé, or éteindre la télévision, switch it off. Thank you. So we have some items here, as you can see. We need to know them in French. So let's quickly start with this object that is directly connected to the TV. This is what is called the decoder. All right. En français, in French, we call it décodeur. And décodeur, DSTV. This is DSTV decoder. And décodeur, DSTV. Right from there, you move a little to the left, à gauche du décodeur, du décodeur, on a, this is a home theater. This is l'home cinema. L'home cinema. Home, H-O-M-E, the same way you spell home. Le home cinema. That is the home theater. At the left side of the home theater, you have this Wi-Fi in English. In French, the Wi-Fi is un Wi-Fi. A Wi-Fi. We use this to connect, to have internet access in the home. Le Wi-Fi. So at the left of this router or Wi-Fi, we have this antenna. Okay. In French, this is l'antenne de télévision, or simply l'antenne. This helps you to get channels on your television. C'est très important dans la maison. So now, voilà, something beautiful, decorative. C'est une fleur artificielle. Une fleur artificielle, an artificial flower. Beautiful. Ou bien une fleur décorative. Une fleur décorative is decorative flower. Beautiful. So, what next? Now let's look at this beautiful painting on the wall. It's a frame. You see, in English we call it an art frame, or frame simply. What is this in French? C'est un cadre décoratif. Un cadre décoratif, a picture frame, an art frame that is beautifully hung on the wall, just to create a good atmosphere in your room. Here is another beautiful one, cadre décoratif, and another cadre décoratif. Background is noir. Très bien. Beautiful, beautiful feather in the cadre décoratif. Le cadre décoratif est au mur, is on the wall. Très bien. Beautiful. Here you see another artificial flower. In French, we say c'est fleur artificielle. Une fleur décorative or une fleur artificielle. It's just to design the room and make the room look beautiful. When you have visitors, they have peace of mind sitting. Beautiful. Let's get to the other side. Beautiful. And after a very hard day's work, you need to relax. You don't always have to use the chair or the bed. You have this beautiful suspending or hanging chair here to serve that purpose. So all you do is to sit on it relax, and keep suspending yourself. In French, what is the name of this? Une chaise suspendue. Une chaise suspendue. It's like saying a suspending chair or something like that. Beautiful. In la chaise suspendue, you have this coussin rouge. This is not for relaxation, it's to make you comfortable as you sit on the chaise suspendue. Okay, so voila, coussin rouge. You have this beautiful table here that we call center table. In French, center table, c'est quoi? Une table base. Une table base. Une table base. In some places you have coffee tables, table de café, and all that. This is une table base. Merci. What else can you find dans le salon? In the sitting room or living room, what else can you find? Let's watch out. And sometimes you are seated in your room comfortably and the sun from outside is troubling you inside. And you don't want that. You want to prevent that by using this beautiful curtain to block the sun's rays. What is curtain in French? Le rideau. Le rideau. Often it comes in plural. Le rideau. Curtains. Because often you get them in pairs. Le rideau. Rideau. Un rideau is curtain. Les rideaux, curtains. Oh. Merci beaucoup, mes amis, mes frères et mes sœurs. Dans le salon, on a le fauteuil, on a une table basse, on a une télévision, télécommande, une chaise suspendue, un ventilateur et les rideaux. Et tout de suite. Merci.